I don't have kids. I live alone in a small one-bedroom apartment in the suburbs of Houston. My younger sister, Amanda, though, she's got three. From three different guys. She's not some drugged-out train wreck or anything, but responsibility's never exactly been her strong suit. She married her high school boyfriend at 19. That lasted about 3 years before she started seeing someone else behind his back. Ended up pregnant. Claimed the baby was her husband's, but the kid came out looking nothing like either of them. Dark hair, darker complexion. Her husband, Chris, wasn't stupid. Got a paternity test. It blew up like a 4th of July fireworks show, not his. He divorced her immediately. Amanda raised her daughter and son on her own after that. The guy she cheated with? Turns out he was married too, had a whole other life in Florida. Soon as the baby came, he ghosted. No child support. No birthday cards. Nothing. Chris, surprisingly, stuck around for his daughter, helping with school supplies and doctor visits, but Amanda never made it easy. A couple years later, she hooked up with another dude named Tyler. Guy seemed alright at first. Worked construction. Paid his bills. Got her pregnant within a year. Third kid. Another boy. They lived together for a while, but Tyler had a gambling habit he kept under wraps. Poker, online betting, you name it. Lost everything, his job, his car, their savings. Then one night he left for a pack of smokes and never came back. Amanda and her kids stayed in the small 2-bedroom apartment Chris had left them after the divorce. He could have sold it, but he signed it over to her. Said the kids deserved a roof over their heads. That was the only decent man she ever got involved with. About 6 months ago, our grandmother passed away. Left behind a small 3-bedroom house in one of those old neighborhoods with big oak trees and cracked sidewalks. In her will, she left the house to our mom. No one expected that. We all thought she'd leave it to be split, or maybe even sell it off. When Mom announced she was giving the house to Amanda, I lost it. Why the hell does she get it? I asked. She's already got a place. I've been busting my ass for years, saving for a down payment. I even gave you guys everything I had last year when Dad got sick. I'm still renting. This is screwed up. Mom didn't hesitate. Because she needs it, Brian. She's got kids. You don't. Yeah, because I use protection and don't shack up with every loser I meet. I snapped. Dad stayed quiet, but later told me he agreed with me. Didn't matter, though. The house was technically Mom's now, and no one else had a say. I suggested Amanda move into Grandma's house and sign over her old apartment to me. I wasn't asking for a handout, just a fair shake. She flat out refused. I can rent it out, she said. Make a little extra. I'm barely scraping by, you know. Of course I knew. Because every damn month, it was me who bought groceries for Dad when his check ran short. Me who fixed Mom's car when it broke down. Me who drove them to doctor's appointments and back. Me who showed up when Amanda's water heater exploded or when one of the kids needed stitches. Amanda didn't even own jumper cables. Mom's favorite excuse? It's different for you, Brian. You don't have kids. You can afford to help. Yeah, because I worked overtime. Because I skipped vacations. Because I didn't sleep with every dirtbag at the bar. After the house debacle, I swore I was done. Told Mom and Dad not to call me when the AC broke or when they needed a ride. Ask Amanda, I said. She's got 2 houses now. A couple weeks later, sure enough, they called. The fridge is out, Mom said. Can you help us get a new one? I let the phone ring the first time, then picked up on the third call. No, I said flatly. Brian, she huffed. Don't be like this. Be like what? Tired of being your family's safety net? Tired of being the only one who sacrifices while Amanda reaps the rewards? Yeah, I'm gonna be like that. She didn't get it. She never would. Amanda showed up at my place that night. No call, no text. Just a hard, impatient knock on the door. I opened it to find her standing there, arms crossed, face tight. I need money, she started, not even bothering with a hello. The boys need new shoes for school. I sighed, already knowing where this was headed. Ask Mom, or use the rental income from the apartment. It's not rented yet, she snapped. And you make more than me. Come on, Brian, you know what it's like out there. No, I said, my voice low steady. I don't, because I kept my life together. Her glare could have burned through concrete. You don't get it, do you? She hissed. We're family. Families help each other. Exactly, I told her. And for 38 years, I've helped you. Paid your bills. Fixed your car. Took care of our folks. While you partied, made excuses, and blamed everyone but yourself. Well, not anymore. Her mouth tightened into a thin, bitter line. "You're heartless," she spat, storming off the porch. I could hear her cussing me out in the driveway, loud enough for the neighbors to peek through their blinds. But I didn't care. Not anymore. 15 minutes later, my phone rang. "Mom." I knew before I answered. "Brian," she started, her voice sharp with disappointment. "Your sister's here in tears. You turned her away." "She showed up demanding money, Mom." "Again." "She has 3 children, Brian," Mom scolded. "They're your nephews. Your family. I've done enough. I've sacrificed for this family my whole life while Amanda made mess after mess. And you always expected me to clean it up." There was a pause on the other end, then the guilt card. "I didn't raise you to be cruel." "No, you raised me to be responsible. And responsible people say no sometimes. I'm done being your backup plan. Amanda needs to learn to stand on her own." "You sound so cold," she said quietly. "I sound like someone who finally woke up. I just don't understand how you can turn your back on your family like this." "You don't have to understand it, Mom. You just have to live with it." I hung up before she could respond. Sat there in the silence of my living room, knowing I'd crossed some invisible line in our family dynamic. I wasn't a fixer anymore. I wasn't the one who bailed everyone out. At first, it was just calls. Voicemails piling up, Mom's voice sharp, pleading, sometimes guilt-tripping. Amanda's messages were less subtle. Curses, threats, desperate promises she had no intention of keeping. I stopped answering after the first few days. Let them talk to the machine. Let them yell into the void. Then they started showing up. The first time was a Saturday morning. I was nursing a coffee and half listening to a podcast when there was a loud knock, not the polite kind, either. The kind that said, "Open up, we're not leaving." I looked through the peephole. Amanda, pacing like a caged animal, with Mom sitting in the car behind her, arms crossed, her mouth a hard, disapproving line. I didn't open the door. Amanda hammered again, shouting, "I know you're in there, Brian. Don't be a coward." I just sat back down and took another sip of coffee. Eventually, after about 10 minutes of yelling and banging, they left. Tires squealed as Amanda peeled out of the driveway. Next day, same thing. Different time, evening this time, but the same scene. Amanda at the door, Mom hovering nearby, both of them trying every tactic they could think of. Begging, shaming, threatening. "You're breaking this family apart," Mom shouted once through the door. "No," I muttered to myself. "I'm just refusing to hold it together by myself anymore." On the third visit, Mom came alone. No shouting this time, just quiet knocking. When I didn't answer, she sat on the front steps. For almost an hour. I watched her through the blinds, heart tight, stomach twisting. But I didn't go out. I didn't open the door. It wasn't easy. It felt like my insides were being ripped out. Every instinct screamed at me to fix it, to make it better, to be the good son again. But I stayed put. A week later, Amanda cornered me in the grocery store. I was reaching for a loaf of bread when she appeared out of nowhere, blocking the aisle. "You think you're better than us now," she hissed. I looked at her, really looked at her, for the first time in months. She looked tired, angry, desperate, but underneath all that, there was something else. Fear. Fear because, for once, the person she'd always leaned on wasn't there to catch her. "I don't think I'm better," I said calmly. "I just think I'm done." She stared at me for a long moment, her face working through a dozen different emotions, rage, hurt, confusion, before she shoved the loaf of bread hard into my chest and stormed off. That night, Mom left me another voicemail. Her voice was softer, sadder. No more yelling. No more threats. Just a quiet, tired, "I miss you, Brian. I wish you'd come back." But I knew what she really meant. Come back and make it easier for us again. Come back and sacrifice yourself so we don't have to change. I deleted the message without listening to the end. Little by little, the calls got less frequent. The visits stopped. It was like they realized I wasn't bluffing, that the old Brian, the one who fixed everything, wasn't coming back. And for the first time in my life, I wasn't drowning in guilt about it. I was breathing. And as strange as it felt, it also felt good. A few months later, the family dynamic had shifted. Amanda had to figure out things on her own. Finally got a part-time job at a diner. Stopped calling every week. Dad and I still talk. He respects my boundary. Mom, well, she's still salty. I realized you can love your family and still draw a line. That loving them doesn't mean letting them drown you while they float. Sometimes, the best thing you can do is let them swim on their own.